G'day folks, how you going? Nice to see you all again. Hey look, I just want to quickly show you a useful resource, or something you might find useful in preparing your debates. As we talked about the other day, that in debating it's not just what you say and how you say it, it's also about following the structure and the rules of debating. So when you're learning, just like any of us when we learn our first thing, sometimes it's good to use an example or a model. So this document, which you'll find on your OneNote, basically provides a template for how you could go about organising and doing your first debate. So I'm just going to talk you through the first one for the first affirmative speaker, and then just point out a couple of things on the other ones, but you'll find very similar, but I just want to show you how you can use the template, talk to you how you can use the template. So as you can see here, right up the top, we talked about this the other day, debating is a formal process. So you open with a formal introduction. Good afternoon, Mr. Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? You've got your topic for the debate, okay? And that we, the affirmative team, believe that this statement is true. Okay? So the affirmative team saying that they agree with the statement. That's what the affirmative team does. Next, you can see, and we talked about this quickly the other day, the need to define the topic. Okay, the affirmative team defines the topic. The negative team might have a different definition, and that's okay, or it might be the same, but that's something that needs to be done, the definition of the topic. So what do you understand in relation to the words in the topic, the definitions? How are you interpreting it? As we can see here, so in each of these cases, you could use this line. You don't need to change these. You can, I would advise probably actually using them pretty much as is at the moment, but you can use these lines directly. So you say, today as a first speaker, I'll be talking to you about such and such. Our second speaker will be talking to you about such and such, okay? And our third speaker will rebut and sum up our team case. And then here it says, I'm going to discuss 2 points. I think we're thinking for this debate it might just be one main point. That's okay, you've only got 2 minutes. So maybe you just have your one main point here. What do you think? How does that back up what your team is saying? And what evidence do you have to support that? Okay, remember we said the other day, an example isn't evidence. Okay, you need to back it up with some sort of fact, statistic, an explanation, etc. And then as you go down, you'll see, and like I said, this one's based on a full debate, so they've got more points. I think for this one we'd be suggesting perhaps look at 1 point in detail, but you might do 2 if you think you can fit it in. But then at the end, we can see that you end with the formality as well. So, Mr. or Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, our team believes such and such. Alright? And that could be a repetition of the topic, but that also might be your team line. Alright? So if the debating topic was that gates should be banned, then your team line might be want to be great by a gate, if you're on the negative side for that, or saying that gates shouldn't be banned, which would be a weird topic, but you never know. So just going down, I'm not going to talk about this one all the way through, but as we can see here, again, each step closely following through, okay, repetition of that thing, repetition of the sentence at the beginning, everybody says that, it's important, that's part of your marking criteria. And then we go down, in this case here you can say we agree with the definition of the affirmative team, okay? Or you might not, you might have a different definition. That you'll have to wait until the day, because you don't know what the other team's definition is going to be until you get there. So you need to have your definition prepared, and if you're happy that what the affirmative team says is either the same as or similar to what you're saying, then you can agree with them. But if you've got a different spin on it altogether, then it's important that you give your definition. Sorry about that, folks. For the eagle-eyed amongst you might notice there's been a little bit of a change of location here. But as we were saying, make sure when you're doing your definitions that you can agree with the affirmative team, or you can have your own as the negative team. The only other major thing I want to point out here, just as a reminder, is that you'll see on the script is that this is where we have rebuttal, okay? And as you'll see here, it says, this is wrong because. Now, this is the sort of language we can talk about when we're using the rebuttal. Remember, we're not using attacking language at the person, all right? It's about going directly for their idea, okay? You could say, we disagree, or we don't agree with that statement, okay? Or there are lots of different ways to introduce it, but whenever you're doing your rebuttal, it's respectful, okay? You're allowed to, in fact, you should be directly critiquing what they're saying or giving an alternative position, but it's not a disrespectful attack, it's a respectful working to do that as part of the rules of debating, okay? So, as I said, it's just a little useful resource that you might find. If you scroll down it, you'll see that there's a continuing script for all of the different roles, and there's also another script on the OneNote as well for the people that are the chairperson, because you'll have things that you have to say as well. Anyway, nice to speak to you all. Mr. Heathcote signing off.